Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I make my crispy carnitas in the Instant Pot. And bonus, I'm going to show you how I make my pineapple salsa for my carnitas. I love the mixture of pineapple and habanero all together. It's sweet and spicy with my carnitas. So if you guys want to learn how I make my crispy carnitas in the Instant Pot, please keep watching. And if you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. Alright guys, so first thing I did was trim off the fat, and I got about, 5 pounds of pork butt. In Spanish it's called paleta de puerco. And I trimmed off the fat, so I think automatically it was about a pound that I took off. It does have some bone, so that's probably about another half a pound. So now that I've seasoned it, I'm gonna set it aside and I'm gonna prepare my sauce, or it's more like my seasoning sauce that's gonna go with the carnitas. So for the sauce that the carnitas are gonna cook in, I'm going to add about 8 ounces of beer. This is just me eyeballing it. I'm using Modelo. Then I'm going to add about, depending on how big they are, it's 5 to 7 minced garlic cloves. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup of lime juice, and this is freshly squeezed. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of cumin and 1 teaspoon of oregano. We're gonna add some salt. And then we're going to add some pepper. And lastly, we're going to add about 1/2 cup of orange juice. And I'm going to use simply orange, just because I don't have fresh oranges and I don't have the time. So we're gonna measure out about 1/2 cup. And once we have all these ingredients together, we're going to whisk them. And this is what the meat is going to cook with. What the beer does is it tenderizes the meat. And of course the rest of the ingredients, the orange juice also tenderizes the meat. Then we've got the garlic cloves for flavor. The lime juice also tenderizes the meat and makes it juicy. Gives it that great citrusy flavor. Now, I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. And this is optional. I love cooking with chicken bouillon. If you've been watching my channel, you know. I just love the flavor it gives to all my meals. So now that we have this prepped, I'm going to set my Instant Pot to saute, and I'm going to saute the meat. Alrighty, now I'm going to add some oil in here, some olive oil. And I've had my Instant Pot on saute, and I'm going to add a couple pieces of pork at a time until they're browned. And this helps enclose the flavor and the juices. We're going to turn them about every 30 to 50 seconds. So you just want them a nice little brown color. Alright, so now I'm about to turn my first piece, and this is the color you're looking for. Just a nice little brown color. And you want to get all your chunks like this. See? Just a nice little brown color. So as you can see, my first batch of pork is nice and brown. So there's a few red spots. What we can do with the red spots is just turn it around, but this is what you're looking for. Now that our meat has all sauteed, we're going to add the marinade sauce that we made earlier. And then we're going to throw in our pieces of pork. And we're just gonna make sure to combine it well with the sauce. make sure that all of these pieces get some of this goodness. So, now we're gonna close the lid. Make sure you lock the lid. Make sure the vent is closed. Now we're going to cook for 30 minutes. I promise I'm going to be making my pineapple salsa, and it's super simple. Here I have 2 cups of chopped fresh pineapple, not the canned stuff, just fresh pineapple. We're going to add about half a cup of purple onion. And I like purple onion for meals like this, just the color is so vibrant. You can use white if you don't have purple, but I really love the color coordination here. We're going to add about the juice of 2 to 3 limes. We're going to add about a fourth of a cup of, I think half of a cup of cilantro. And I'll put all the measurements below, don't worry. And now, my favorite. I'm going to add a 1 habanero, super chopped in tiny pieces. You can omit the habanero and you can add a jalapeno and remove the seeds, much less spicier. If you want a medium spice, you can do a serrano, but if you like it nice and hot, habanero. I mean, the habanero with the pineapple is just such an emulsion of flavors, it's amazing. I'm gonna add that in there. Then we're going to add about half a teaspoon of cumin. You don't want to use too much because cumin is really, it's really strong. It's really potent. And now we're gonna add salt to taste. You can also add some black pepper if you want. I'll probably do that after I mix it up. So you want to make sure you mix it really well so that you get a piece of the habanero in every bite along with the pineapple. If you like it even spicier, go ahead and add 2 habaneros instead of 1. Alrighty, so it's been half an hour now and our carnitas are really tender. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer them over to a bowl and shred them before putting them in the oven to crisp up. Now the meat is super easy to shred because it's so tender. So you want to shred it really finely so that when you put it on your baking sheet, you can separate it and you can crisp up as much as you can. So it's so tender and it smells amazing. So now that I've shredded all my meat, I'm going to transfer it to this baking sheet. And let me tell you, the meat is super tender. It tastes really good as is. You can definitely add some barbecue sauce to this and it would be amazing. All right, so now that you've separated the carnitas in the baking sheet, like I said, we're gonna put about a third to half of the juices just to make sure it stays juicy while you broil it. Now we're gonna put it to broil for 5 minutes, take it out, repeat another 5 minutes, and they should be good to go. Alrighty, so I broiled my carnitas for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna put more juices on top, and now I'm gonna broil them for about 8 minutes, or until they're as crispy as you want them to get. So I did 5 minutes, and I think for the second time I do about 8, just until they get super, I like them super crispy. So if you don't like them super crispy, maybe 5 minutes. Here are our tacos. I have this poblano sauce that I made, and I'll link the video below, and my pineapple salsa. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this poblano sauce, and this is totally optional. I love poblano, so I decided to make some for my carnitas. Then we're going to add some of this habanero pineapple salsa or pico. I guess it's more like a pico de gallo. And then we're gonna go ahead and garnish our tacos with some lime. And there you guys have it. These delicious carnitas tacos. Crispy, juicy, and delicious. Another close-up.